Double R Flowtown. We have Mr. Gray Rains with us today. Thank you so much for coming.
I'm glad to be a part of it. Excited to talk Florence and growth and everything.
Yeah, I think we've already hammered everything.
Yeah, before we started. I
mean,
but Izzy got it.
This is the OG of entrepreneurship and development and especially, hotel development. Born and raised in Florence.
Florence is home.
Florence is home.
Other than my senior year of high school, I've been here. So
okay,
I lived down in Florida, went to IMG Sports Academies my senior year of high school, and that was a ton of fun.
Golf?
Okay, golf.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Then came back, played golf at Francis Marion, and family business based here, headquartered here, and very unique opportunity to join our company. And
I'm so glad you've kept the headquarters here. That's awesome.
We have, we have offices in Charleston and Dallas, but headquartered in Florence.
Yeah.
So it's important to stay close to home. We love raising our family here. My wife's from here. We were actually in the second grade together. So she didn't like me as much as she does now. Well, some days. So, but I wore her down, and we've got 3 kids here in Florence, and man, we love it. So it's great.
Awesome.
How did your family get involved in hospitality?
Yeah, so I'm 4th generation. This was started with my great grandmother in the 50s, and truck stops, convenience stores, those types of establishments, and then late 80s, early 90s. My father, we had 3 acres behind a Texaco gas station on 52.
Okay,
and he decided,
that's a good spot for him.
I had been reading the trade magazines and thought there was opportunity in hospitality, and called Marriott up, and they basically laughed at him. They're like, you don't have any experience doing this. We don't give our franchises to people who don't know what they're doing. And so he said, I'm going to build something else. So he built the nicest Super 8 in America, all brick, still a Super 8, still out there.
Okay.
We don't own it any longer, but still rocking and rolling. And that just opened the doors. So we did a few properties out at 52. My father and Dave Aycock started Raldex Hospitality. Yep. And so they were partners for a few years, along with my grandfather and my uncle. And then they went their separate ways in the mid-90s when we got our first Marriott franchise. So Dad stayed in touch with Marriott, showed him what he was doing, shared the experiences of where we were growing and what we were learning in hospitality. And we were really fortunate. We got our first Courtyard franchise in, I believe, 96, opened in 97. Still a Courtyard right next to the center, the Civic Center.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
That was our first Marriott, man. It just, that's it. That was the gold standard. And my dad, once we got that, it was on. And he unfortunately got sick in 2000, right when I was graduating high school. Rare form of pneumonia. Spent a fair amount of time in a coma down in Charleston. Was given a less than 1% chance to live, man, and he found a way out of it. So we were fortunate to keep him with us for 15 years after that. Wow. And man, he was the greatest guy in the world, man. My best friend, business partner. Awesome. I mean, my father. If I'd be mistaken if I didn't mention him and how every day is a way to honor him. And he's the man. And
he didn't let that first hurdle stop him, did he?
Never.
Never. Some people, that first hurdle would have been, guess we can't do it. He didn't let that slow him down a bit.
No, I mean, he had to learn to walk, talk, read, write. I don't know that I could go through what he went through. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you saw how hard he fought, and to come back and be with his family and his kids, and my mom never left his side. She's still in the business, still working with me every day. That's awesome. And my Uncle David, and man, it just, it's one of those things. You watched him go through it, and just to battle back, he never gave up. I mean,
when you see your dad again, you got a lot to tell him, don't you?
Got a lot to tell him. Yeah, I think when I joined the company, we had 1 hotel.
Wow.
One hotel.
And so now you have how many?
64.
Wow. 64 hotels.
5 under construction. And
wow.
It's spread out, I think, over 10 states now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you and your story and your dad. And I think that certainly resonates with me. I know, Robert, it resonates with you.
Yeah.
We've been blessed to be encouraged and spurred on in our lives by our dads. And to hear that with you, Gray, is really cool. And so you've built upon the legacy of your family and your dad's legacy and business. And so,
as I say all the time, I had a phenomenal foundation. I'm just adding a few floors while I'm a steward of the company for this period of time. I had to look at everything long term, and that's how we approach all of our partnerships. It's a long term partnership. So we work hard to do the right things, and we have the best partners. I mean, that's the thing. I can't, investors, partners. I brought in our first outside capital in 2008. Built the Residence Inn, 3 local Florence guys who.
And that was a tough period in the hospitality world, wasn't it?
We financed that deal about a month before the world ended.
Yeah.
And to the point that the bank was trying to pull that loan back.
Wow.
I mean, I think the loan was at 2.9%, and they were not happy. But we built that Residence Inn. It was fun. That one was a really fun project. We did that with Jim Brown and Frank Chisholm and Alan Blaker here, who are still some of my closest friends. Jim and Frank are 2 unbelievable mentors to me. And I got a lot to thank them for. I mean, they believed in us, believed in me. And we did that deal in 2008, and they said extended stay, that's the difference. That's an extended stay product. And we were told that Florence just wasn't deep enough to have an extended stay hotel in the market. And we judge it by SOC, which is, room nights over 7 nights, or stays over 7 nights. And we ran at 74% SOC for about 6 years.
That was probably one of the better ones.
Oh, it was tremendous. I mean, it was an absolute home run. I mean, you play the real estate game long enough, you're going to taste your own blood. And that certainly, we've done that plenty of times too. But every now and then you get those home runs. And that certainly was one that just changed the hospitality market in Florence.
born and raised in Florence, built upon the legacy of your families from Florence, but at this point, why not cash out and go to the coast, man, or go to the mountains, go to Colorado, go somewhere else? Why are you still in Florence?
I mean, Florence is home, man. Florence is where I want to raise my family. Florence is where my friends are. I travel a lot for work. I spend a lot of time all over the place, looking at opportunities, meeting with our investors. And it is just good to get home to Florence. Yeah. I mean, I wish we had a little bit better air situation. Okay. I'm a little tired of driving to Charleston or Columbia or Charlotte. We gotta get those flight times improved here, but I know they're working hard to get the airport improved. I think we got the right people leading the charge now. And but yeah, it's a good place to get back to, man. It's to take a little bit of a deep breath. And we've got great office here, great people in the office. And I'm not a work from home guy. I'm a collaborative guy. I want to be around my team. I want to work with them directly. I like to brainstorm. I like to figure out a different way to do things. And that's just hard to do on Zoom or Teams or whatever video chat we're using.
How have you, did you have a vision for 64 or maybe 200 or 500 hotels? Or is it just kind of little by little by little and now you're here?
Yeah, little by little. We've spent a lot of time here the last couple of months. We're kind of working through this exercise of, reestablishing our purpose, right? I think that we're not there yet. We know why we do the things we do, but we've gotten so big that so much of it was just naturally ingrained because we were all working together. And so we're working through that exercise now to redefine a simple purpose. But I've always been driven. I like to do fun projects and fun places with fun people. Mm-hmm. And if we can do that, I want to keep doing it. If we're not having fun, losing my father early, life is short. Yeah. We don't like to be surrounded by people we don't want to be around. Yeah. And so that's what drives us. We're not driven by numbers. I'm not trying to get to a certain number of hotels. I'm not trying to, be the largest management company or ownership group or any of those things. It's just taking it project by project. We've been fortunate to have some really good opportunities come our way. We are great hotel managers. At the end of the day, we are hardcore operators. We can.
And that's not an easy job.
It's not an easy job, and it gets harder every day. It gets harder every day, and to the point. With the way our management company is situated, really two companies, and with the core brands and with Woven, and with Woven, my partner, president of our management company, Kerry Ranson, and I recently, you were looking at really staffing up on the food and beverage side because we realized like that was an opportunity. You know, we have an amazing career path within the hospitality side of our company. I mean, we have folks that start with us on the front desk. They start with us in maintenance who are now general managers, our regional managers. And we just feel like that's an amazing path. You could come and spend 20 or 30 years building a career with Rains.
Yeah.
But our food and beverage program didn't mirror that. We just didn't feel like it was very transient. We didn't feel like we had that stickiness and that opportunity. And so, you know, how do you solve that problem? And we're looking at it. We're like, do we go add 3, 4, 5 people? Who are those people? How do we do that? We're very fortunate to be working on a project in Aiken, South Carolina with Vantage Capital and Unsake Restaurant Group, Chris Hall, Ryan Turner. These guys get F&B better than anybody I've ever seen. I mean, from ultra high-end private steakhouses to amazing little neighborhood pizza joints. And we've been fortunate to strike a partnership with them, and they're now handling our executive food and beverage function.
Wow.
And what they're bringing to the table, now we have something on the food and beverage side that's going to move us as a group to a whole different
That kind
program.
of rounds you out, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It really rounds us out, and it takes a load off of me for sure.
Oh,
I mean, because it's something that I mean, the food and beverage world's tough. The consistency's tough.
Yes.
You can have moments of brilliance, but the consistency is key. And that's what these guys are allowing us to do. They're phenomenal partners. I mean, again, Chris Hall, the way he approaches the world, he's just an absolute mad scientist.
Is that Hall's shop?
No, that's
Hall.
Tommy.
Okay.
That's Tommy Hall and Billy Hall down in Charleston. Those guys are good friends. But this is Unsake out of Atlanta. So Chris Hall, unbelievable chef, talent, operator. His partner Ryan Turner, unbelievable visionary, executioner. Culture, and they're helping making sure we mirror our food and beverage culture with our hospitality culture.
So I'm kind of hearing you talk maybe 3 parts of what Rains Hospitality is. You've got your traditional, Marriott hotels. You've got the Woven, which is boutique hotels, and then food and beverage and how to incorporate food and beverage into all of that.
Right? And that all of that falls under our management arm.
Okay.
So really we're 3 different companies. So we have our development arm, and that's Chief Development Officer and partner David Tart, one of my best friends in the whole world. He and I brought our organizations together in 2020. We said, hey, what's the next 20, 25 years look like? We knew that was together.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was better together. We were already JVing projects, and we were managing his properties, and we just brought all that together in 2020, rebranded under the Rains company. We were Rains Hospitality prior to that. And David is just one of the most talented developers I've ever been around. There's times I think I'm pretty good at it, but his eyes, attention to detail. So David is over our development team, and we've got 4 folks on that team. Then we have the management arm with Core Brands and Woven. That's about 56 people. So that's operations, sales, accounting, revenue management, HR, legal. And so there's about 56 folks in that. And then we have our investment arm.
Okay.
And we have about 70 individual investors, everything from ultra high net worth to, guys working hard every day. And we like to bring those opportunities to them. We add 2 or 3 new investors a year.
That's cool.
We're really we're not out pushing it on Instagram or anything like that. I mean, it's a word of mouth. We know every one of our investors. We know when their kids' birthdays. We know their birthdays. We know they like to play golf. They like to hunt. They like to fish. I mean, we spend a lot of time with those guys because it's not just about that investment. I mean, there's things you really learn who people are when you go through tough times. And I mean, our industry got smashed in 2020. I mean, we had a lot of uncertainty. I mean, when you had markets that had run 96% and all of a sudden they're running 6%.
That everything gets tested.
And so, I mean, that was a perfect time. I mean, we exited relationships with investors. We bought investors out. We just said, guys, this at the end of the day is probably a blip on the radar, right? I mean, if you take a look at it, I mean, it's going to hurt. It's It's going to sting, but we're so fortunate being in the South. We were late to close, early to open. So we were able to bounce back faster than we thought.
That's right.
But I remember one of our investors who is one of the most savvy, smartest guys I've ever met. I remember the phone ringing, and it had been a long day talking to banks and investors and ops folks. And I was like, man, I don't want to take this call because I just knew it wasn't going to be great. And he picked up and I was like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, I'm not calling to talk about business. I'm just calling to check on you.
Wow.
And he said, just know that you can be all right. He goes, just put your head down, dig in. He goes, you guys will do the right things. And that guy's still with us today. We bought 2 hotels for him last year. Still talk to him all the time, but that's a guy that you realize you're like, that's somebody that's going to be with us for a long time. Yes. And he's just one of the greatest people. And we've been so fortunate. I mean, our investor group is incredibly strong and just some of the greatest smart people doing a lot of really cool stuff in a lot of different areas.
I think it's just so cool to hear y'all's story, hear the expansion of the business, know that it's grown from Florence. These are local guys doing this, and I know we want to delve into Florence a little bit and talk a little bit about Florence and what you see as far as the vision for Florence and that type of thing. Got one more question about hospitality. I'm just personally interested in, you talked about COVID and how that wrecked you guys or the industry in 2020. What about Airbnb? What does a hospitality hotel guy think about Airbnb?
So I'm not a fan because they don't play on a level playing ground. I mean, for me, have to follow all the fire and life safety, have to pay all the same taxes, have to make all the same decisions I do. I'm fine with it. There's a place for it in our ecosystem of hospitality. There are offerings that Airbnb can make that I will never be able to make through the hotel side of the world. My problem is that it's not a level playing ground. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't have to have the same security. You don't have to have the same fire systems. I mean, all the things we spend millions of dollars on, you can bypass all of that. And it's probably less of an issue for me for an individual owner. It's when you've got a company that has 600 Airbnbs, and I'm going, you're scooting a lot of systems here that I have to follow. So, in theory, it doesn't impact us as much as we all thought it was. Okay. I mean, 10 years ago, we thought it was going to be a significant disruptor, but I think folks have checked into Airbnbs. It's all the additional fees, all those things that come with it. Now they're asking people to clean up after themselves and scrub the toilets and whatever else. And we're a home. I mean, you come and stay at one of our properties. We're going to take care of you from start to finish. And I think that's something that people are realizing with Airbnb, that consistency's not there.
It's rebalanced. That market's kind of rebalancing now. It went crazy. It's coming back to reality.
It is.
And the boutique side, I think, is what, people wanted a little bit more of a unique experience. Absolutely. But now you can offer that with some of the boutique woven products.
Absolutely. I mean, Hotel Florence was our first boutique property. So, when we developed that with Tim Norwood and Chris Scott, that was our first opportunity to really step outside. And that was a lot of fun.
Kind of sparked something.
It did. Yeah. Well, it just showed what you could build, that the citizens of Florence owned Hotel Florence in the sense that it was their... Yeah. That's our hotel, that's our downtown. And to be a catalyst, I mean, you only get so many opportunities to really make an impact in your hometown. And the 3 of us were able to do that.
That's a big one.
I mean, it was tremendous. I mean, the building we're in right now, we did as part of Hotel Florence, and the Waters building and 100 West Evans. I mean, being able to redevelop these buildings has just been, really, really amazing.
And y'all are doing that as a company really throughout at least the Southeast right now.
Absolutely. We've got multiple projects that, similar to Hotel Florence. We just opened one in Columbia, mission driven. I mean, this one, you talk about, as you reach different points in your career and what drive you, the Lantern mission is one that is driving us every day. So we just opened the first Lantern in downtown Columbia, right across diagonal from the State House, right there in the Vista. 60 rooms. It's the old fire station, historic building. But the real piece of this is the mission with the South Carolina Life Program and the School of Hospitality. The Life Program at the University of South Carolina works with students with special needs, intellectual disabilities.
Okay.
And we opened the hotel. 40% of our workforce is from the special needs community. And the impact for these kids to leave the University of South Carolina and have an opportunity to build a career within hospitality, I mean, that is powerful.
Yeah.
When you see the impact for these families, for these parents, that's where you start to
That's awesome.
see what we can do. So First Lantern's open. It's rocking. It's great.
How long has that one been open?
About 2 months now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so phenomenal restaurant, Ladder 13, named after the historic fire unit that was based there.
Yeah.
Kevin Johnson helped us with the food from Charleston, he has the grocery in Lola Rose downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin is just an amazing culinary talent. It's very different than Hall's Steakhouse in Columbia, which is our go-to. We love the Hall's guys, but this is pizza, pasta, all brick oven. I mean, it's a really neat place. We still have all the fire station doors. We're opening those when the weather's great.
Yeah.
And again, 60 rooms, best hotel.
I'm going to go stay there.
Yeah, we need to go check this place out.
Absolutely.
Football weekend or something.
It's good.
We better book
awesome.
a room now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Better get on that.
Yeah.
But no, we've been going up there. It's only an hour away. So we've driven up there with some couples here just recently to go have dinner, and we drive home. We've stayed. My 6-year-old, he and I, my youngest, we've got a guys weekend this weekend, and on his list was go stay at Lantern. So we're going Friday night. And
when you're looking at a project, I can't imagine the cost that goes into renovating an older building, all the safety standards and all the hurdles the governments and put you through to house people. How do you look and say, okay, this thing's going to make us money? How do you know that?
Well, it's a great team of, we get in a room and we start putting pen to paper. I mean, we're fortunate we're doing this enough that we understand kind of what's happening in the real world.
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean, we have so many trusted partners. I mean, that's what these projects require, are the best teams. I mean, from, tax credit experts to the right architects, the right contractor, tax credit syndicators. I mean, that's where these projects make sense. I mean,
without it, they don't work.
They don't work. Not most of the time. I mean, because the additional cost to rehab these buildings. But these are also the projects that are getting done. I mean, this is the hardest development time we've ever had in my career.
Okay.
I mean, interest rates, construction costs, absolute unknowns in the world. So traditional deals just don't pencil right now. I mean, when a hotel room that used to cost $150,000 a door to build is now $350,000. That's not going to pencil very often.
Well, we're seeing that on the residential side.
Absolutely.
So I only imagine what you guys.
And then there's only so much rate you can charge.
Yeah.
And so we back into that. I mean, we say no a lot more than we say yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're fortunate to look at a lot of deals, but we can kind of narrow down to 3 to 5 a year on a rolling basis that we're going to find and really dig in on. I mean, that's the thing. We're not trying to do 20. We find the ones that we really are passionate about, that we love the markets, we love the people we're working with, and we dig in. But no, the underwriting process is something.
But at a certain, the common theme throughout this whole podcast with business leaders is, at a certain point, you just got to take a risk.
Oh yeah, you got to
be a risk taker.
I mean, yeah.
If you're not, you'd never do any of them.
No, and we've seen that. I mean, we've seen very smart folks that want to mediate to zero.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And the second you do that,
it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen because it's going to take you 7 or 8 years to get to that point, and 3 or 4 people have already done it.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you're right.
You try to bring it down the risk as much as possible, but at the end of the day, if you're going to play this game,
you got to jump.
You got to roll the dice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way around it, and that's where. Our best partners are gunslingers. I mean, they're entrepreneurs. They're guys that understand. They're smart. They understand how to underwrite. They understand how to mediate risk, just as we do. But no one ever got there by not taking a risk. I mean, they called us absolutely crazy when we did Hotel Florence. I mean, I saw Tim's podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I remember him and Jim Brown getting in an absolute drag out fight. I mean, two best friends going at blows to each other over.
I wouldn't have probably had the risk-taking ability of that one. I mean, that one was early.
I will say the first night we were open, Tim and Chris Scott and I were standing on the street right down there, and the lights were on, and there wasn't another single light on, and I was like, the hell have we done here, boys?
We might be a little early, boys.
Might be a little early, but it was something that lit a fuse. And
I don't think downtown would have happened without it.
I mean,
that had to happen to spark anything else.
It was a perfect storm. Yeah, I don't think it could happen today.
You're right.
It couldn't happen today.
Okay.
It was an absolute perfect storm. John Keith had been down here. Dr. Keith had been down here testing the waters with a couple different concepts. Mayor Wukila, can't say enough good things about that guy. I mean,
Sharp guy.
Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, not having a mayor like him holds us back.
No doubt.
Drew Griffin.
Oh, man.
Drew gave the mayor and council the tools needed to make magic happen. And
people respected him. Everybody up there respected him.
He was brilliant.
Things happened.
I mean, this deal was dead in the water, and Drew was 1 month from taking over as city manager. I remember that. I mean, we were sitting in a meeting, Tim and Chris and city folks, and Drew was becoming city manager the next month. And Tim, in typical Tim fashion, was like, "We're out of here. This is done." And I remember Drew raising his hand. He's like, I think I can figure this out.
Wow.
And
it was that close to not happening.
It was that close. And I mean, that's where, again, perfect storm. I mean, Bruce and Lee Foundation, Hugh Leatherman, Fred Carter. I mean, there were so many people, Buddy Brand.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other piece of this. I mean, that council at that time, Drew gave them the tools.
Yeah.
Mayor Wukila carried the left, Buddy carried the right.
Yeah.
And it was never about Democrats or Republicans. It was about what's best for Florence.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've lost a little bit of that too.
Yeah.
And we've got to get back to, I mean, why we even have political parties in a local city council is beyond me. But that's a whole different subject. That's a whole different podcast.
It's things we need to talk about.
It is.
And really that kind of leads to where we'd like to talk. I mean, you've built this business, your family, you've grown it. You're still in Florence. Let's move away from your business specifically, and let's just talk about Florence. And what do you see? What does Florence need? Where are we defunct? And how do we address that so we can keep moving forward?
Yeah, I mean,
that's a loaded question.
That is an absolute loaded question. I mean, I think we've got to understand elections have consequences.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's it. We've got to come together. We've got to push especially our city council to do better.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I love a lot of folks on there. We got a lot of good people, but the reality is they're not doing as much as what was done previously. And we need that challenge every year to be better than any previous council. So I challenge them. We got some great people on there. We got some guys thinking outside the box. Councilman McCall, I really think the world of this guy. He has done some things here that will be coming out in the next few months that I think are going to be absolute game changers and really going to make a major impact in Florence. But I think it's flip-flopped since I started kind of working. I mean, our county was really kind of in a bit of a mess and the city was on point. Now our county's buttoned up. We got a lot of good things going on. Florence Economic Development, Mike Miller at the chamber. I mean, we've got that. I mean, the pieces are kind of all circling there again. But we got to push them.
The city's holding us back.
We got to push them to keep doing better.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that we got good folks on there. We got people that are willing. We got to get them to work together. And there's got to be two major areas of focus.
Okay.
And that is infrastructure and that's safety and security.
Yes. That's it.
I mean,
that's it.
I mean, that is your responsibility.
Without that, everything else doesn't matter really.
No, I mean, we sat in a meeting and those are the number one and number two things. And until you're nailing those, the other stuff doesn't matter.
That's right.
But the infrastructure piece, water, sewer, roads, we've got a disaster on our hands right now, and it's not going to be a quick fix, but it can be quicker than the pace we're going at. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
I mean, I think so. I mean, I think that it require, but the problem is it started years ago.
Yeah.
And it's not all this council's fault.
No,
it's not all this council's fault, but this council's got to understand what's important. They got to put everything else to the wayside.
Yeah.
Until we fix this, we can't worry about something over here. And I think and they've got to come together to work together to understand what the most important things are.
Yeah, to fix those problems, I mean, that's no easy task, and you got to have the sharpest of the sharp heading those programs up. You know, to get the new sewer line running out of Jeffries Creek into Second Loop, I know those plans are in place, but to execute that, I mean, you got to have the best
of the best.
The best of the best to do it, or it's going to be another catastrophe.
Absolutely. You can't miss.
No,
I mean, unfortunately, they've been backed into a corner they can't miss.
Yeah.
And they've got to put all the pieces together, and we've got to hold them accountable for it.
That's right. And that's why we're here.
But if we can get infrastructure and safety, and I think we've got a pathway forward with safety.
We've got the best sheriff you could ask for.
Well, we're having two different conversations. That sheriff of Florence County is one of the best of the best.
Yes.
And he is a guy.
And he's a busy man.
He's a busy man. He gets it.
Yeah.
He gets it. Yes.
He gets it. And we got a lot of good, hardworking City of Florence Police Department, police officers.
Yes.
They need the right leader. And they need a leader that is focused on the right things. And that is safety today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Safety and crime prevention today, whatever that takes. And I think TJ gets that. I'm hoping the new chief of police for Florence gets that. But I hope that city council and the mayor, the city manager, give them the tools to be successful.
We have to, because when the citizens don't feel safe, when my family doesn't feel safe here anymore, guess what? We're out of here.
Well, we get that question every day. I think I probably already mentioned it on the podcast, but family moving from Virginia to get out of the toxic political environment that's going on in Virginia right now. And their only question to me is, tell me about the crime I'm seeing in Florence, and at least reported on the
when you chat GPT it doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good at all. And I know, unfortunately, there's truth to that.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's truth to that. And that's where we've got to give our officers the tools to be successful. We got to hire more officers. And I think they're working on that. But we got to, it's accountability by the citizens.
And we got to pay them.
We got to pay them. We got to pay them.
So people are motivated to go do the work. But if we can get those things fixed, we have phenomenal opportunity. We have 95 and 20. We have an airport that is severely underutilized, but has really good leadership.
We've got Brad coming in. He's got some cool new announcements for airport.
Oh, that airport's got a lot of opportunity. Florence as a whole, there's so much opportunity here. I mean, there are pieces that are getting put together that you can come here, you can make a career, you can make a business. Yeah. I mean, there's so much opportunity here in Florence. It's just, you got to push the envelope. You got to look for something to do that hasn't been done. And I think that's here. That's now. I mean, you're talking about getting out and exploring other cities and seeing what's getting done, what's being successful, and then bringing those ideas back home. I mean, the culinary scene here has got so much opportunity. We've got great base culinary. We got people doing really cool things, but Florence could use 2 or 3 more restaurants. And I think we're going to see them. We have folks coming in from out of town, right? I mean, my favorite place to eat, I'm going to give them a shout out as Buddy's Burgers.
I see you there.
That's my favorite spot.
Us too.
I mean, those are, and I think what Catherine and Jeremy are doing, are really cool. I mean,
it's working. It works.
So. They're lined up out of the door.
Yeah.
Martha's Ice Cream. I mean, all that. And then they've got some other stuff coming that I think will continue to push and elevate the culinary scene. But I mean, we got Victor's, we got Town Hall, we got the King Hefe guys. I mean, we got people doing really great things. And Elliott's, I love going over to Elliott's.
Yeah.
I think Elliott's is a perfect example. I think that what the guys at Naturally Outdoors, I mean, that's what the folks in Florence need. That's what they want. is not just a restaurant to walk into to sit down, but give us an environment, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting here with 3 kids. I mean, we love going to Buddy's for the food, but we also love
Like
it
them to go
because
play.
absolutely they can see their friends. We see our friends. I mean, people want that sense of community. I mean, that's what brings Florence together. So where do we create those areas that allow that sense of community?
Well, and we were talking about it. I think we may have been filming, but we hadn't officially started the podcast when we were talking about it. The area kind of across from Windsor Forest, behind the pharmacy, behind Target,
St. Anthony over
that
there.
St. Anthony's. That's a phenomenal piece of property. If we could develop that into.
Oh, I think the right town center style.
Oh man.
I mean, could just be tremendous. I mean, it absolutely. I mean, people crave walkability. They crave sense of community, sense of space. We still have that opportunity downtown. I mean, to continue to build places for people to live, people to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's just one area in Florence that could get redeveloped and again create that sense of space.
We need that neighborhood. That neighborhood needs to happen here.
Yeah, we've got some mature neighborhoods that are great places to live, but I think that as people come in, and just as we've seen in the hotel space, the shift to give me something unique, give me an experience, we're going to see the same thing in the residential side. You guys are already seeing it. I mean, people they want a park, they want a place to play, they want that sense of community. It is incredibly important that it feels local, not just the same house stacked up time and time again.
I mean, because Windsor's basically done.
It is done.
There's no more lots to build on.
Yeah.
And we need that next place.
We do.
For the upper end nice house.
Yeah, but
to be built.
And again, create that opportunity that's not just a neighborhood.
Yes.
I mean, think about a neighborhood that has, I think Ion, right? Vince Graham was, so far ahead of his time when he did Ion in Mount Pleasant. But they've got the bar, they've got the couple restaurants, they got the coffee shop, they've got the church. Those things that allow
that would work here.
That would be an absolute home run.
It would.
I mean, that's where Catherine, her credit. That's what we always talk about. Like, our neighborhood needs a neighborhood restaurant.
Yeah.
The place that you just walk to that, you ride your bicycle to. I mean, that doesn't exist in Florence.
Effie Pops has kind of become that a little bit.
It is.
But you can't walk there really, But it's a great spot and it's doing well.
It's a great spot. I love Effie Pops.
Yeah.
I mean, we get to lunch there a fair amount. My daughter goes there for coffee brunch every Saturday with her friends.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I mean, that element, those touches, we figure that out. We're figuring something out that I think the demand would just be tremendous.
Yes, we'll figure it out.
Oh, I think so. I mean, we got a lot of smart people in Florence. We're willing to take some risk, and that's always exciting to see.
Well, I think the thing that encourages me the most is there are young visionary leaders in Florence that they have vision, and it's just a matter of taking the appropriate risk and executing and not letting the traditional obstacles stand in our way and not letting excuses stand in our way. We can be an absolutely phenomenal southeastern city, and let's go get it.
We're the biggest city in South Carolina on I-95.
Yeah.
I mean, but we're losing a lot of young people to Greenville, Charleston. I just don't feel like we're retaining.
Well, it's a hard place to be young and single.
Yeah.
It's a great place to raise a family.
Yeah.
And so, I think that's part of the gap that we have to fill is, we had an element of that kind of just post Hotel Florence, about 3-4 years, where we had folks coming and moving back. Downtown was exciting. A lot of things. We've lost a little bit of that momentum, I think, but we can bring that right back. I think, we've got to encourage that next group of leaders. We lost Senator Leatherman. All that he did for Florence. Dr. Floyd.
Yeah.
That leadership is irreplaceable. But how are we encouraging that next group of leaders to step up and unite? That was the thing. That's the one piece I don't think everybody truly realizes is how much all of those folks work together.
Wow.
That period of time, that started downtown redevelopment. But I mean, Joe King at economic development, Mayor Wakila, Drew Griffin, Eddie Floyd, all those guys. I mean, there was a lot of communication back and forth. And that was an absolute eye opener for me getting involved in Hotel Florence. I mean, we got to go sit down with Senator Leatherman. We got to go sit down with Dr. Floyd. I mean, all of that. And it was great. I mean, those guys, they helped make it happen.
That's so good to hear. We got to keep that. We got to keep that communication and sticking together. It's going to take us sticking together and partnering like you figured out how to do to make some of these projects happen.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think the best ones are collaborative efforts. That's how it does mediate some of the risks, but it also allows the most creative opportunity.
So as we kind of wrap this whole thing up, and we really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
This is awesome. Thinking about that next crop of young leaders. I've got a 20-year-old son, sophomore at USC School of Business.
Yeah.
That type of individual, what lesson or two that you've learned as a business guy would you say you need to impart, or you would give a piece of advice to those types of guys just getting started?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the biggest piece of advice is never underestimate what someone's willing to share with you. Pick up that phone call, someone you admire, someone that you think of that's doing it right. Pick up the phone and call them. Ask them to go grab coffee. I think especially with our younger generation, they're building such a, their network is so much through the phone, through the computer, but I think they're staying within their group, right? Yeah. I think that it was just great. You can do a lot of really cool things there, but I don't know that they're working hard enough to find their mentors, to find and look at, they're doing something really cool. I need to go learn. And I think they underestimate how willing people are to share things.
I think they probably think Gray's way too busy to talk to me. But if the young guy wanted some advice, you'd love to sit down and talk with him.
It's something fun. I mean, the problem is I still think I'm the young guy.
Yeah, I don't think we're the young guys anymore, are we?
We're not.
But
I think of the guys that I am so fortunate to consider my mentors and that I look up to, not only in Florence, but in the industry. I mean, I've got a couple guys that every time I call, they pick up the phone and they are absolute gorillas, man. I mean, they're the guys in our industry we look up to. I'm fortunate to manage for one of them now and doing some other cool stuff with them. But I think that'd be my piece of advice is build that network.
Yeah.
But don't be scared to pick up the phone or, write a letter.
Write a handwritten letter.
Write a letter.
Cool. Yeah.
You certainly noticed that. We were on a trip earlier this week and we got to our room and there's a handwritten letter from the manager and they used our name and very specific details to our trip that I knew that they took the time and wrote that.
It hits different. It hits different now in this digital world we're in.
It does. It really does. But I think build that network, find those mentors. And again, not that you're trying to build some long-term relationship, but don't be scared to ask that question of, hey man, I'm looking at this. I'm thinking about that.
That is.
Yeah, it's helped me. I've never been scared to ask.
That's good. Well, let's keep the communication going. I think
Absolutely.
I think there's some opportunities. Maybe we can circle you into the residential world, the single family on one here before too much longer.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but I'm just an old hotel guy, so trying to keep up with that industry is enough work. So.
I bet.
But,
well, let's keep the communication going, and I love that you say Florence is home because that's what we say too, and that's what it's all about.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. Glad to be a part of it. Thank you guys.
Thank you.